Many of the castles and monasteries that were present in Europe didn't exist on this side of the pond, so oftentimes the old buildings were replaced with newer Victorian-style mansions. This style became known as American Gothic or Goth without castles. Poe became synonymous with the genre and was a significant contributor to its canon. Similar to the European-style Gothic, the American side had its own characteristics. Influenced by the principles of the Enlightenment, American Goth often had themes of the rational versus the irrational. In Poe's Murders in the Rue Morgue, a seemingly supernatural force committed a brutal murder. When the hero of the story, C. Auguste Dupin, uses logic and deductive reasoning, we discover that it wasn't a monster after all, but had a perfectly logical explanation. In a similar way, American Gothic typically has uncanny situations. Uncanny refers to something mysterious or unsettling in an unusual way. This can be supernatural or psychological. In Poe's The Raven, the main character is surprised by a raven that flies into his home. Trying to gauge whether the bird is a supernatural sign or just some animal, the poem takes the reader on a journey of psychological warfare between the narrator's sanity and the heavy depression he feels for the loss of his true love, Lenore. Oftentimes, ghosts and monsters made their way into the genre. Tim Burton's film, The Legend of Sleepy Hollow, featured tales of the Headless Horseman, a ghost that plagues the town and haunts the story's protagonist, Ichabod Crane. American Gothic writers often made use of abhumans. Abhumans are separate from normal human existence and can sometimes have supernatural abilities. Werewolves, vampires, and zombies are not completely separated from their humanity, but they're not exactly human either. In H.P. Lovecraft's The Outsider, an isolated man locked in a castle vows to escape his prison. Eventually, he is able to climb out and, searching for civilization, finds it. When he encounters a castle with what appears to be a party, he enters through a window. The partygoers scream and run from him. When all have fled, the narrator finds a mirror revealing himself to be a hideous monster. Concepts of the Christian faith were an essential part of explaining the supernatural and were often in the language of the literature. In Flannery O'Connor's Wise Blood, religious morals are everywhere, and their very essence is brought into question through the forming of an anti-religious ministry by Hazel Motes, the story's antagonist.